Friends and fans, we find ourselves back here in North Korea now. I keep saying South Korea, but now it's time for North Korea here in Wargame Red Dragon. It is the Second Korean War. We have Pyongyang surrounded, though that looks like a very good thing. There's still a lot pending here, as Chongjin still poses a threat and needs to be eliminated. The Soviet forces coming at us now, Security Regiment and Tank Regiment, but we have the 33rd Guards Rifle, which comes with some mean infantry, including Motor Streliki 90 and Igla, and also the 12th Tank, which is T-72 BU and B1, which means we're going to need the best of our Marine tanks in order to deal with that. Luckily, during the previous battle, we did not take any tank losses, and we have some really vetted tanks now. The era, I'm actually looking for the, where are these guys? The Scouts, yes, the the H.C. Abrams, a real killer, a crazy killer in that previous round. So we're out of turns here, so we'll have to we'll have to change the turnover. So obviously the Chinese are going to come in again in force. It seems like some of their units have already been panicked. What was that? Is that this tank group here? Oh, it's the North Koreans were panicked, but the Chinese are going to come on down next. That can be guaranteed, and perhaps they'll split their forces between these two sectors, and we can call up the 501st to add some more security. What we could do, however, is we could add some of the perhaps the French Dragoons battalion to it, and finally get some decent tanks on the ground. Though the Dragoons only come with B2 Brennesses, the 60% accuracy and the high speed is really what we need here against a lot of enemy tanks like that. We could definitely have some heavy hitters like the Panzers, which come with the 1A5s and the 2A5s, but really what we're going to want more than anything else is probably those Dragoons. So let's go ahead and call them up, and they'll be ready to defend against the next attack. And there's no other aircraft that we can call out at the moment. All points are spent. Everything's good to go. So all we got to do is hit that end turn button. And I encourage you to check us out at twitch.tv/RatPack. China has deployed special helicopter-borne forces to attempt the exfiltration of the government dignitaries from Pyongyang. Intercept these choppers if you can. We don't want them to get away so easily. Copy that. So Kim Il-sung, Kim Jong-il, and anyone else is trying to escape from Pyongyang to China. I'm assuming on this 2nd Aviation Regiment. The Commonwealth Paratrooper Brigade is operational in Fukuoka. I recommend you use the paratroopers behind enemy lines to block the line of retreat or neutralize runways. Understood. All right, so here's my magical plan at this point, and here's what I'm thinking, or here's what my mindset is. We're going to have to fight off the Chinese for one turn to push them back, and they may come time and time again. So if we at least hold Sanshan, we can attack from the north and the south at Pyongyang. Now, in the meantime, Kilju is going to have a problem, as now we're dealing with the 33rd Guards Rifle Regiment, and we've got here the 59th Air Defense Company. In a perfect world, we could send all of those Commonwealth troops that just arrived to Pyongyang after that's taken, though there's still a lot of forces here that stand against us. We're going to have to get some additional forces up. Now, since some of these areas are contested, we may actually have to, we can actually send them in. Now, I thought we weren't going to be able to call them in without having the area under our control. So we'll just go ahead and add then to the Germans. We actually now have some additional forces, including Air Defense Company, which is going to be fantastic against enemy aircraft, which there's going to be plenty of them. So we'll go ahead and add to that. We Anti-Air Company here. Let's see actually what we have, or what would be better. The Crowtail VD. No, I'm not interested in that. That's not as good. It's too light. The MARS is good though against enemy units like that. But we'll call up the Air Defense Company now for that was Germans. I sometimes get confused because they do actually have some of the weapons we can't deploy from here either. I'm just seeing what we can deploy. Here's our special forces though. We can bring up some of them. We may as well bring up the Australians first and get them going. We're going to send them to Seoul first, and once Pyongyang is taken, we can go to Chongqing. Now keep in mind, if Pyongyang is taken, they may try to counterattack from Wonsan and from Jianchong, so we may actually want to make sure that we probably capture both of them at the same time. We definitely don't want to hold back counterattacks like that. And we're going to need some support from other aircraft. I should have thought about refitting first. We will need to refit the Enitards, which are fantastic bombers. Love those. And also these units here. As for the Americans, seems like they might have some refitting to do as well. Looks like one of them needs 6 points, which is a shame for the... well, the Harrier 2s come with the Mavericks and the Hydras, so that's going to be a good mix. So the bomber's not a total loss, so there's 5 of them left, so they're still capable. Alright, perfect. Now we could take down the Red Fleet as well, but again, if they're not going to come at us, we're not going to go after them either. So that's going to be that. We're going to add this tank group here from Quezon. We're going to put them up there. The Leclerc tanks now in the north, we have South Korean armor with French tanks. That's going to be a real powerful mix against these forces. T-90Ss again are standing against us, so we need to make sure we can hold against those types of forces. They're coming in from China now. That might be their extra reserves and or their final hope. So I think what we'll do is we'll start at Sanshan then and get started. Again, twitch.tv/RatPack, like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. Look at all, speaking of all that good stuff, look at all that good stuff we got. We may as well do an auto resolve. I bet it would end in our victory, even for as incapable and idiotic the computer is. But let's get started. And by the way, we are against the best tanks they have are the Type 59 and the ZTS 63s, so that's not going to really pose much of a threat. Plenty of helicopters though, with ATGMs and anti-helicopter helicopters as well. So let's go ahead and launch battle. We'll set up a defense with tanks and with shoulder-launched AA, and that should put us in the best possible position here. Alright, so we do have some of the lighter French tanks, and we actually have some more of the expensive German tanks as well. We definitely don't want to take any losses on that, so we're definitely going to want shoulder-launched AA to be available and ready to rock at a moment's notice. Enemy helicopters will probably pop out immediately right up here, if anywhere, so we're going to have to deal with that. That's Charlie saying hello to you guys. He's a little lonely today, but that's just the way it's got to be. I'll tell you who won't be lonely, though. Look at all the forces we have. Oh, man. Blue 4 is going to have so many friends with them. That's just ridiculous. All the units that we're going to be able to call out. What we do want, by the way, is a good call-out position, and unfortunately it's only here at the Pyongyang area. So we're definitely going to want that to be in our possession at all times. And we're probably going to want the FOB to be over here somewhere as well. Apparently I'm not successfully able to drag it over. So, and it's not in our force list anymore? What the hell? That's weird. Did I accidentally, like, declare? Oh, okay. I must have... Okay, I guess it can't go between FOBs. Or the FOB apparently can't go between sectors. Oh, it's here. Alright, whatever. That's weird. Okay, let's put it down somewhere useful. It's going to be a real... Ah, there we go. Perfect. Alright, so what we're going to want to do is take down enemy helicopters right away. In fact, we could probably do that with our own Celtics. And again, they have AA with them as well. So we're going to make sure we've got a good number of tanks to fight them. Leopard 2A5 is capable. Some of the fast-moving and fast-firing French tanks are going to be real menacing for the enemy. And the A2 is going to be a real killer too. We also want recon, rather, not just infantry recon, but we'll get that up in a second. And we want most things to be on that front line, but now we got to start thinking about commands that we want. And definitely we want to hold these two areas. And it may be time to reconsider some purchases now, just so we can hold a multitude of command zones. We'll put our AMX up here. We'll hold Pyongyang, and I think what we're going to need is... geez, we're just not going to be able to get Naval Sector Alpha. Though we can call out a unit to go there, though. We can call out the... Oh, I guess we can't. I thought we actually had an amphibious unit with us, but alright, I guess the Naval Sector is going to have to go. But at least we'll be holding most of the mainland. Alright, the VABs have unloaded their Mistrals. Celtics are ready. We see everything already. It's tons of choppers. Some of our Celtics are already almost out of ammunition, like completely. So good prediction on that. Wow. We haven't even taken a loss yet. We're going to need some supply helicopters, I think. Celtics are out of ammunition. Fob over here as well. We'll need those extra helicopters to back up with these Mistrals because we're going to have to keep on the line. We don't want them to run out of ammunition or leave their post. Okay, we'll line up our French and German forces here. French and Germans making up the Eurocorps. Oh, looks like we got a little flanker. What's he doing, huh? Let's get out our Lynx 3 chasing him. It's an MI-1 recon chopper. And it looks like we're starting to hit enemy units. 86s are transports. We're going to 86 them right now. And it looks like some enemy PLZ-83 artillery units are moving down the road. Just to get the bigger picture here. Oh wow, there's quite a bit of those units moving across. Recon's taking some shots. Oh, they're now countering on our FOB. The newly captured FOB we just captured. Gonna try to come in from the left and come up behind all those units there. Just keep our tanks on the move against that crazy amount of artillery. Generation 5s are almost ready to go. Oops. I had no idea what was going on there. Those Harriers were about to bomb. They keep trying to target. What the hell are they doing? I guess they were targeting units there. That's what they're doing. Alright, we're looking for clusters. This is actually what I think I wanted. Or no. Well, what we called out is good and dandy to stun the enemy units. Alright, we're gonna have to RTB. Damn, losing that good AA unit. And again, if we want tank support, we have to travel quite a long way. So we want the French tanks with us. They're speedy. Alright, the 86s are probably trying to target the Babs. Gonna have to use our air power to hit ground targets more than ever. Too bad we don't have those rocket aircraft that the British had from before in the previous campaigns. Those are real mean killers. Alright, we're gonna try to target some of these units. We want something like the Lynx out. Wow. Perfect bomb hit. Incredible. Alright, we have a Lynx 3 here that's ready. I don't know why our command took any sort of damage like that. Wow. That command actually may die. Enemy artillery. Alright, ZBD 86s are getting awfully close. Killing that command with just those crappy transports. That's a crappy tank. So a lot of enemy light tanks, a lot of artillery. The typical the red wet dream. We'll abandon Delta then and go to Charlie. Fire and forget about the enemy, forget about the missile even hitting the target. That's what fire and forget stands for. Jesus, that is absolutely atrocious. Romulan cloak just going in and out as they pass near buildings. Accurate, yes, but annoying as hell. Alright, so we may have to pull back just a bit. And we'll get at them with some of our better units. Okay, Lynx 3s are going to head back to the Chinook. We may lose our fob, but we can recapture. We've got plenty of bombers and better tanks on the way as well. We'll stick those Brennus tanks right in the open. Alright, so the Mistrals unfortunately having a bad day there. But we just need to regroup to push them out of there completely. And it looks like the enemy has captured Charlie, which means there's a command around, so we'll try to find that. Oh, there he is. Hello. Too bad the Celtics can't... They don't even have a machine gun on them. Enemy command is going to sit next to ours, and the artillery is going to start flying in just a second. Just wait for it. Alright, Lynx 3 is firing its Hellfire and actually hitting it. I'm surprised by that. And we'll get the Lynx 3 up with its infrared to take out whatever aircraft that was there. Mi-8T's autocannon should be rocking. Come on now. Fire and forget. Right into the drink. Alright, Celtics are ready to support those tanks. Leopard 2A5s are rocking and rolling. The 1A5s are moving up. Needs to be a better way to rearm units that need to fly. Constant problems with helicopters. Okay. Well, Brennus are out in the open, attempting to attract any sort of enemy armor or aircraft to that area. Will definitely serve them well. We'll just go ahead and tell all these units to land. That's a better way to do that. 2A5s are rocking. Rima 85 are ready to roll whenever we need them. We'll call them up now. Something taking a hit. Looks like the Brennus are getting shot at. Probably artillery, yep. And again, if we had better income, with 11 minutes left, we really need to do something here sooner than later, but we could probably attack the top of Shenyang and topple, just push through any amount of enemy armor in front of us. Beautiful, those Brennus with those accurate cannons, amazing. The Leopard 2A5 has 70% accuracy. Looks like the brunt of the enemy forces have been stopped, and now it's kind of just small groups of units. Alright, we're going to park here for a little bit and just let them come at us, bro. They did capture our FOB and Delta back, but we'll have it all back at the end of the battle. Insta-AC art on those tanks. Alright, we'll head up here with the Gazelles now, and we'll go through the top of Shenyang. Actually, let's just go ahead and drive. And we're going to be encountering a lot of little units. Oh, okay, never mind. We want to get some distance now between us and those enemy tanks. There we go. Bomb dropping. Alright, 3 Leopard 1A5s have arrived. Very capable tanks, 65% accuracy, much better than the other tanks as well. Much better than the French tanks that we were dealing with previously. Insta enemy artillery on our infantry. Geez, we may not actually be able to attack. We do have some enemy units getting close to us, though. Helicopters coming in. These are Type 9A 23 millimeters. They're going for the Lynx. Let's see if we can lure and skewer with the Celtics. Man, crazy. Alright, we'll clear that out with infantry groups that are coming up now. Now the ATGM, of course, on that will be more accurate now because it's flying through containers. That's how this seems to work sometimes. Alright, we're going to need logistics. And we're going to need some better AA up here. 2 of these should do nicely. Put our VAB into cover. And just call our... Alright, so we're going to be dealing with a lot of... Oh, looks like they got into good positions. We're going to be dealing with a great number of enemy helicopters now, which is always a real nightmare. They're so deadly accurate with their artillery, it's ridiculous. VABs are shooting at a small tank that's crossing the river. Alright, we need to make sure these all these aircraft die soon. We gotta push through here and make sure they don't cap it anymore. Alright, Gazelle down there. So they don't really stand a chance against our tanks or helicopters, but the only problem is we need to make sure they're resupplied at all times. There we are. Legion are coming up. Alright, big battle here. Alright, Rima are proceeding on foot. Bombs are going to hit right up here. Other group of Celtics have not rearmed yet. Celtics are ready to roll again. Two A5s are just taking a little bit of damage. This is good weapons against this kind of firepower. Taking a little bit more of a beating now, but we're definitely holding better than we had previously. Alright, time to pull back a little bit. These ZBD are more like BS with the types of lucky kills they get like that. Alright, we're gonna pull back with the Germans. Just an insane noob level amount of artillery. I think we even lost both of those flag paint. Oh, just one. So two of them lost there from that. Smoke on everything like Johnny on the spot with that. Alright, time for bombs. Look at that. Yeah, they're just getting us now by like technicality kills. You know, like a transport parked on the ground or something like that. Alright, a lot of our tanks are panicked now. Damn Chinese are everywhere. By the way, they're only hurting themselves with that. That smoke artillery, 2nd Aviation Regiment was destroyed on the enemy's side, ending in a major victory, by the way, and we took a last-second loss of a 2A5, unfortunately, but again, it can be replenished. But a very incredible amount of tanks that they're able to use with artillery, and that's what's deadly, is the artillery will panic, and then the enemy tanks surround, and that's pretty much what they're meant to do. So good thing we had those good tanks with us, and we'll have to set them up a little bit better in the future. But it ended more of like a draw because of how the enemy's positions kind of ended up there. But anyway, we're better ready to fight the next round, and they lost a large number of tanks as usual. No more helos for them, or at least a hell of a lot less, and they're down to a much lower number of tanks than before, which is great. It'll mean that we'll be able to hold no problem. So we'll move on to Kills You next. I'll see you guys over there. Bye. Password Pimp Strong.